heard of before. This is the Black Tarot. There's the True Black Tarot. There's a bunch of Black Tarots, but this one's by Victoria Iva. The publisher is Siren Imports out of North Carolina, and they have sirenimports.com is their website. They really only have this one deck, and it is kind of a spooky deck. Brigh is the, there's like a little branding on it. So the box is black. It comes with a book. Key to the Tarot. It's based on author Edward Waite. And it has pictures of all the cards and some meanings. Example of a 3-card meaning, which is kind of cool. So let's see. The deck. It's 78 cards. And really that's it. It doesn't really tell you anything interesting. So you have a very basic little black book. The card stock it's all black. So it's black core, decent. I think they said, I forget what gram they said it was. But yeah, the whole deck is black. The back is not quite reversible. Kind of has a sort of seafoam type. It's hard to see, but it's there. Kind of a, yeah. So if you're a fan of black decks, this one's kind of a creepy, mysterious one. I don't know how I feel about it, but let's look at it. So this is the Fool. Actually, let me see if I can bring some light over to make it easier to see. It's better. So we have the Fool, and we have some sort of creature here with this sort of ghostly apparition. So we have the dog, but it's like a half dog fish creature. The Magician. The High Priestess. And there are numbers here, they're very tiny in the corner. So she's got the moon behind her. The Empress. This one's fairly abstract. The Emperor. Also very abstract, kind of like, I don't know. The Hierophant. Not as abstract. The Lovers. The Chariot. Here we do have a chariot up here. At the top in this sort of landscape. Strength. And the cards look kind of dirty and dusty, but that's the way they're kind of made. The Hermit. This deck has sort of an otherworldly feel to it. It's very, I don't know, it's a different type of deck. The Wheel of Fortune. I like this one. This one's kind of interesting with that planetary alignment going on. Justice. We have an eye that's sort of dripping a tear. Hanged Man. It almost looks like light is coming out of this card because they're all so dark. Death, we actually have a skeleton, but it's like turned and elongated. Temperance. The Devil. Again, almost abstract. Here we have, looks like a cat's eye almost. The Moon appears in quite a few of these cards. The Tower. The Star. The Moon. The Sun. Judgment. Again, abstract, flowy. The World. Here we have an egg being struck by lightning. And then, let's see. So the cards actually go backwards. So we have wands, spheres, cups, and swords. So king, queen, more delicate sort of airiness to it. Page of Wands. Knight of Wands. Here we have some sort of disembodied skeleton horse with a ghostly rider. Ten of Wands. There's a little person that looks like down there carrying stuff. Nine of Wands. Eight of Wands. Seven of Wands. Six. Five. Four. Three. Two. And the ace. So these some of the swirliness reminds me of Francis Bacon, one of my favorite painters, and sort of his grotesque approach to, figures, swirled faces, almost opening mouths in pain. I've seen, if you've ever seen any of his paintings in person, I've seen like the Side of Beef and the one where the Pope is screaming. I think MoMA has both of those, and I've seen them. They really are quite strange and moving. This deck sort of channels that sort of swirling kind of abyss type art and moves it into the tarot realm. How did I come across this deck? I was just doing a search on eBay, and I've noticed that more and more small places or small publishers are putting their decks either on Etsy or eBay, and they're ignoring. It's either one or the other. They usually don't do both. So places are putting their decks on eBay, probably because they like the selling tools a little bit better than Etsy, because they are different beasts, to be honest. So let's look at, this is the King of Spheres, Queen of Spheres. Oh, we have a face, there's an ear. Oh, okay, so there's the man's face, I guess. See, it looks like there's dust all over the car, but there's not. This deck almost feels a little Lovecraftian as well. Here we have some sort of rhino. Person riding a rhino. Knight of Spheres. 10. It's a cool card. There's like a castle in the background. We have a tree roots. 9 of Spheres. This one seems to be very articulated as opposed to the loose nature of the other ones. 8. Whenever I see lines and circles and I think of art, I either think of Wamiro or Wassily Kandinsky. Wamiro is one of my favorite some of his art's considered a bit surreal, but he seemed to do the same thing over and over again. Ladders, going in holes. He had some really interesting stuff, and a lot of it, some of his stuff, especially Kandinsky's, more abstracts. They are very similar, even though they had really nothing to do with each other. And this deck is all in black and white, which reminds me of Robert Mapplethorpe pictures, which I'm a huge Mapplethorpe fan. I think some of his flowers are amazing, and some of his self-portraits are ridiculously amazing. If you haven't read Just Kids by Patti Smith, you got to. It's just, the book is moving, it really is. And you realize how close they were. I think I had like over 12 books on Mapplethorpe. And I have a signed copy of Just Kids by Patti Smith. And I have 2 other books by her signed. I love her music as well as her writing. And her as a person, she's just really interesting. Ace. Then we go to the King of Cups. So here we have, I see some tentacles, very Lovecraftian. There's an articulated cup up there, the face is pointy. Here we have some sort of sea creature, that's the Page of Cups. And a horse on water, Knight of Cups. The Shadow. Oh, here we actually have cups. 10. The background's very cool. 8. There's cups down there. 7. I wonder why the cups are articulated. They're less abstract than the other. Here we have big cups. And there's people walking in the middle. It's all blurry. Let's see if I can focus on that. Nah. It's very interesting. Here's an elongated skeleton. Almost looks like a stretched chicken. Three of Cups. Here we have the symbol for man and woman. 2 of Cups. Ace of Cups. And then we have swords. Here we have probably our most articulated face. There. Ooh. Queen of Swords. Reminds me of the Samara. Is it Samara from Lord of the Rings? I mean, not Lord of the Rings. The Ring. Ringu. The Japanese horror. Ringu. Oh. There you see a face. Page of Swords. kind of older than, it looks older than a typical page. You always think of a page as sort of a young man or girl, usually a young boy. Knight. Ooh, 10 of Swords. Nine of Swords. This person's tied up to something, this figure. Yeah, you can really see some Francis Bacon influence, even if it's not intentional. I don't think this deck would be very easy to read with because of just how abstract it is. It's an interesting deck, though. Two of Swords, person crouching, and then the Ace of Swords is just a sword. So if you want to get this deck, eBay or go to their website, and this is the just called the Black Tarot by Victoria Iva, I-V-A. So the Fool's on the front, and that's about it. I mean, it's just a simple box with a simple book, a different kind of deck. Oh, on the back it says, "The Black Tarot is a dark fictional world where chaos and harmony reign. Enter and explore to experience the aspects of this mysterious world using only 78 cards." Let's see, I'm actually going to pick a card. Oh, I like this one. Pick a card to take a picture of because I cannot find many pictures of this deck online at all. And I'll put this on the cover photo. So let's see, I'm going to use my phone. I'm going to take a picture. Not too shiny. Cut that light off. There. I think that's about as good as I'm going to get. Yeah, I couldn't find many pictures. Like, I can see it, but the pictures are small or they're just not the best. When I do my little cover photo. So yeah, what do you think of the deck? It's definitely different. A different kind of deck in this little tuck box. Which my problem with tucks is stuff gets stuck on that tuck. Like it is now. I'll put that back in there. The cards are a bit loose in the box, which I kind of appreciate. But really, it's a no-nonsense sort of box, tuck box. And it's not numbered or anything. And it costs just like a normal deck, like $20. So, yeah, different deck I had not heard of. So I had to get it just to experience it. Anyway, thanks for watching.